The new era of vacations is off to an iconic start with the debut of Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas. You've seen the record-breaking water slides, the pools, the food, drinks, entertainment, and more. But just how did it all come together in the final stretch? In the final episode of Making an Icon, we're going behind the scenes to the days leading up to Icon's first cruise, where we'll see how the team of experts worked around the clock to make this dream a reality.
In the final mile, it's all hands on deck.
There's a huge amount of pride. There's a lot of excitement.
This will be the biggest first impression we've ever have made.
The run-up to Icon's introduction in Miami started while still in Turku, Finland. From the final sea trials, when every part of the ship was put to the test, to the moment Royal Caribbean took the keys at what is called the delivery ceremony. This is when more than 2 years of construction came to a close.
Obviously, very, very excited today to take delivery. It's an important milestone, the construction process and the storied maritime tradition representing the culmination of millions and millions of hours of collective work to deliver this vessel.
I feel quite emotional when I walk around the ship and see what an epic, unbelievable experience we've created. But this is nothing without you, and it's the crew members on board Icon of the Seas that are really going to bring this entire experience together for our guests.
And then the countdown was on. What came next was a fitting start to an iconic journey. The hold your breath moment Icon crosses under the Great Belt Bridge in Denmark. There was only about 6 feet of clearance, but plenty of excitement to spare.
There's a number of different things to consider on this voyage to the Great Belt and under the Great Belt Bridge. For several weeks we have been preparing this in detail. The most important thing is that we need to fit under. There is a safety height, a maximum air draft allowed as you pass under this bridge. It is exciting. This is what we were trained to do. This is in our blood. This is our passion. This is what we love to do.
With 56 days left, Icon arrives at his first stop, Cadiz, Spain. This is where the final touches begin. Think the installation of more than 33,000 plants in Central Park, show rehearsals, training, and more. The biggest highlight? Here's when the heart and soul of Icon arrived. The crew members, including the new addition to the family, Rover.
There's still work to go do. Work that we've wanted to change and iterate on over time, and we typically take that on pre-arrival.
There's a lot of additional work to really bring some of these brand new concepts to life. Finishing touches in Thrill Island, finishing touches in Central Park.
The design of Central Park is somewhat different. The vertical garden that we call the living wall goes up 5 stories tall. We have 58 trees, including a statement tree, and it's a huge tree that was quite fun when we lifted it in.
We can design these incredible ships, but at the end of the day, what really colors in the lines is the crew.
Training is a critical piece. We continue to train the crew around everything related to the new venues, the new amenities, the new neighborhoods.
This has 23 new food and beverage venues. This has 15 new water experiences. And so if you think of the amount of training that has to go into this, and we've pulled crew from all across our fleet who are super experienced, but this is still new for them.
We'll have over 1,000 crew members focused on delivering the amazing food and beverage experiences.
It's been once in a lifetime experience. We practice the recipes, we develop the recipes, we've got feedback. I've been so lucky and I've been so happy to be able to bring other people into it. That's the real special part of it.
We have hundreds of entertainers. They're preparing themselves, they're preparing their material, they're preparing their performances. And people like myself keep visiting the ship to make sure we keep a bridge built between the preparation work and the actual reality of the ship.
And then we've got a tech process, so that will be a few weeks of sorting the theatre out, getting quick changes, costumes, set.
Our musicians get on the ship sometimes months in advance. We want them to get accustomed to the new ship, to the new venues, not only to rehearse and practice, of course, but also to do thorough sound checks.
The challenge is entirely ours to be fully ready and with a very solid plan before the transatlantic crossing.
It was crucial to get everything right because the next chapter on this adventure would take Icon across the Atlantic to Ponce, Puerto Rico. There were 34 days to get it all done. So it was now or never.
The most important thing we can do right now is make sure that we are hypercritical on coordinating the ballet. We will stress test every single venue with the crew on board. We will truly simulate the guest experience. And then really making sure that the build, the operation, the marine team, that everyone is so in sync that by the time our first guests get on board, they didn't even know that we had to coordinate all that it feels so natural.
The construction work is done, the furniture is loaded, and all the technical commissioning has happened. The rain curtains are working, the pool water is filled, and all of the things start to come into place.
You have to actually taste every single item, tasting the linen, washing it 200 times to make sure they can actually be washed in our machines. The same with the furniture, same with the new appliances, equipment. We have new venues, new stuff on board. So we had to build SOPs, we had to build training plans. And those is all the things that we now start to implement on board.
With all the bar servers, we'll open up a couple bars over the course of the night and encourage the crew to come and get the bar as busy as we can.
There's a lot of new concepts in addition to all of our existing venues, and all of which need to be trained, because when you look at the new and the existing together, that's still over 100 cocktail recipes. Practice is going to be what makes this whole experience come together.
Parallel to that, we are also really heavily focused on all of the accessorization, all of the artwork. We wanted to make our art program very iconic. From digital artworks to large sculptural components to small sculptural components to mixed media to framed artwork. Our artists are all over the world. We've come up with challenges due to all kinds of unimaginable things.
I'm very happy here on the Icon of the Sea to have not only a mosaic work on the 18th floor, but also a painting in the Royal Promenade that represents the Caribbean. I'm proud to represent my people, and I'm proud to be part of this adventure.
From Ponce, Puerto Rico, to Perfect Day at Coco Cay, and finally, the highly anticipated arrival in Miami. Icon was welcomed home in a big way by land, air, and sea. Now, for the biggest test yet with only 17 days left. After final inspections, it was time to host thousands of Royal Caribbean employees and their families, media, partners, and their guests.
We get to our very first U.S. port for her first annual Coast Guard inspection. So it's really an opportunity for us to make sure we've buttoned everything up.
And we move through to the first shakedown cruise. The first shakedown cruise is when we invite all of our employees and their families to come on board Icon of the Seas for a 3-day cruise from Miami to Perfect Day.
We want employees to feel the product that we've all been building collectively for the last couple of years. And so employees get the first crack at really testing all of the venues, testing all of the new great attractions we have.
Then we go through what's called a preview cruise. All of this builds up to the naming ceremony, and then there's a huge amount of work that goes into place to create a really great, iconic naming ceremony.
The naming celebration of a ship is a big deal, a really big deal. It's a maritime tradition that's hundreds of years old. Between breaking a larger-than-life bottle of champagne and an icon bestowing safekeeping on the ship and its crew. This is when Icon officially takes on its name and the expectations that come with the title of the world's best vacation.
When we wake up every day with our mission of delivering the best vacations in the world, to be at the point to name the ship, to effectively launch it into that mission is just an incredible day for us.
All of this work that took place over many, many years with so much human endeavor, it's now accomplished. And so it's an opportunity to thank everybody for all of the hard work, recognize teams and people who just went above and beyond over many, many years to create something genuinely quite special and beautiful.
From one milestone to the next, now it came to the moment that made it all real. When the very first guest took their very first steps on Icon, and the rest is history.
The part that gets me the most excited is being on board to watch the faces of the guests when they arrive. It's just the most fulfilling part to watch their jaws drop and to hear them gasp. But what's even more exciting is that excitement is going to continue as they experience the whole ship. That is the best and the most rewarding part of what we do.
Icon's delivering so much more than what we've hoped. Seeing these oh my God faces has been everything that made this 7-year journey so worthwhile.
After more than 7 years of dreaming and the work of thousands around the world, Icon of the Seas is now a reality, and it will be a part of the lives of millions of families and friends for decades to come. And to think it all started with one bold idea: to combine the best of every vacation into one memorable adventure.
It's our job every day to wake up with incredible passion and deliver the best vacations in the world, and doing so in a responsible way. And you're surrounded by people that want to dream, they want to innovate, they always want to get better. That creates a high level of passion, and we embrace that energy, and that energy produces game changers like Icon of the Seas.
It takes a massive amount of true teamwork and collaboration. It's quite amazing the vast number of people from different walks of life, different cultures, different perspectives that really have to come together to create something super special. It's beyond anything we can imagine.
Something for everybody.
Amazing ways to connect.
Colorful, it's vibrant, it's bright.
Innovative.
It just is next level.
Excellence in design.
For the bold, for the brave, for the fearless, unrivaled pool deck experience.
An oasis in the middle of the ocean.
Tremendous design work.
Something for everybody.
Hard to comprehend without actually being there and experiencing it.
The absolute ultimate family vacation.
The best live music experience.
Lots of different opportunities to dine differently. Over-the-top presentations with cocktails.
Some of the most iconic cruise spaces we've ever done.
Staterooms at their highest level.
Going to take our best in world entertainment to a whole new level.
There was only one name that really fit well in the ship that was going to deliver the best family vacation experience in the world, and that's how we came up with Icon of the Seas.
When you watch guests come on board the ship and you see them kind of going, wow, that's when you know you've got it right.